Right now it is 7:16. You know the big talk radio stations in the Twin Cities, WCCO, AM 1500, and AM 950, to name just a few. But there's a relatively new talker in town mixing faith, fun, and family together during your afternoon drive home from work. I paid them a visit to see how they're doing it and if it's working.
It's KKMS Live with Jeff and Lee.
KKMS looks like a lot of radio stations, housed in an old building with transmitter towers reaching for the heavens out back.
Get a little bit of a preview.
It also sounds like a lot of other stations, covering things like the elections.
They had Amy Klobuchar out there. I didn't see Michelle Bachmann.
And even O.J. Simpson.
His book is called If I Did It.
Yeah, If I Did It. He just needs money.
But that's where the similarities end for Twin Cities radio veteran Lee Michaels.
Going on 18 years now.
And his radio partner, former high-tech salesman Jeff Schell.
I've been in radio not 18 years, but about 18 minutes.
Since January, the duos hosted the afternoon drive on KKMS AM, an all-talk Christian radio station.
One of our everyday listeners, Doug, up in Hinckley, you've heard him call in a few times. He's having back surgery today, so if you want to lift him up in prayers, that would be nice.
It's the only one of its kind in the Twin Towns. But it's not just their experience or style that makes them different.
Whereas I'm kind of the smart aleck, you know. I'll throw in some wise comments, do drops, do the funny drops.
My personality is probably a little more straight than Jeff's personality when it comes to just being out there.
They talk about everything under the sun from a Christian perspective, which they say is working. Their ratings numbers are growing, and evangelicals aren't the only ones listening.
Because we've got guys who are calling in who are atheists and people, very secular, and they're listening to us because they're wanting to hear the Christian.
The other side,
the other side.
How could they believe in that? Or maybe they want to, promote their side to us, to those they perceive us as being, ignorant or something, and so they want to kind of get us on the straight and narrow in their perception.
While it's likely KKMS will be in KTIS-FM's shadow for the foreseeable future, that doesn't bother these guys, who say this work isn't really work.
I think what we do often is affirm the thoughts and beliefs that people already have, and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not the only one out here who thinks that way about these things.
The driving force behind the show is to asking people to get engaged. We sit on the bench too much, and what can we do to get off the bench and onto the field and get engaged? Get engaged for our families, get engaged for the Twin Cities, and get engaged for the kingdom of Christ.
And you can catch Jeff and Lee on KKMS AM 980 weekday afternoons from 3 until 6. Nice guys. Good guys, too. It was really fun to be there. They had me on the show for a half hour talking about our segment Faith Talking on Wednesday, and it was just a real pleasure to be there.
And as I said, just anything to get people talking.
Yep, and they sure are.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, let's get a check of our forecast.